Okay, that looks way better now that everything is actually showing up correctly. I don't know what was going on before, but it's good now, so we can get going on this wild inking adventure. Yeah. I'm Bug. I draw Follower and Messenger and a bunch of other comics and all kinds of stuff, and today I am working on inking Follower page 5 of chapter 7. You can read Follower at follower.messenger-comic.com. I also have a Patreon and Gumroad and other stuff that you can sign up for if you'd like to see like early pages and stuff, rather than just, chunks of it being completed here on Twitch. I'm trying to stream more often. I'm kind of new to this. Like, I used to just stream without talking and without my cute little avatar here, but it's a process I'm learning, and I would love to have more people join in and have someone to chat with while I'm drawing, so subscribe and come hang out. But in the meantime, let's get going. I have already got this page all like laid out and sketched kind of really roughly. I did a lot of that stuff like months ago when I was planning the book out. Book as in like, this chapter of the comic. But oops. Wrong layer. But now we're on the right layer. I think I gotta fix little avatar because she's looking like her neck is broken. So hold on a minute here. What is this? Whoa, I don't know why this is happening. But in reality, it's probably not that far off from how I actually like hunch over when I'm drawing, which is terrible. But I am probably going to be streaming here for like an hour. So actually, this looks too smiley and happy. We're not in a smiley happy scene right now. I do not have the text here for you because it is a surprise. I've decided that I'm just gonna mostly work on these without the dialogue in place when I'm doing a public stream, just because, like, I've got Patreon and Gumroad backers, and it's a little more fair to them if they are paying me that they get to see that stuff first. But more than likely you can probably piece together a lot of what's going on. So you'll just have to guess until the final page is up. This pen's a little bit big. That's okay though. Oh, hello new viewer. I see someone has entered the chat. I don't know who you are. I can't really see usernames from my current screen, but welcome all the same. We're going on an inking adventure. Don't have much to chat about at the moment. This is just kind of part of the process. But if you have any questions or anything, feel free to pop them in chat and I will discuss. Okay. One hand. Two hands. Gotta like double check it though. I have a bad habit of drawing one and then the other and ending up with like hands that don't really match in size, and it's not good. It looks weird, I think, to draw the hands first, but it kind of helps, like, keep everything in line. I don't know, sometimes I find, like, when you draw the arms in first and then attach the hand at the end, sometimes it doesn't look right, but if you place the hands just kind of in space where they go, and draw the arms around them. If you have to like cheat a little bit to make sense of it, sometimes it works. It's fine. It's just one panel of a comic. That's a thing I have to like remind myself constantly, is like, it's just one panel. Now that I've drawn this, I feel like his arms are too long, so I'm gonna do that cheating thing again. It's not cheating. It's just a tool. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, that's kind of better. I'll just do that and then clean these up, because who's gonna stop me? The comics police? I don't think so. I do this all the time. I used to be like embarrassed of it, like, oh no, I drew a thing wrong on the first try, and it's like, who cares? It looks better in the end, and no one's gonna know, except for you who are watching this, and now you're the only ones who know. So there. Now you know my secrets. I would be making more of a facial expression if it would pick it up on the camera, but it doesn't. That's the one unfortunate thing about this that I have not yet mastered with this VTubing thing, or whatever this is. It's like the program that I'm using is not quite as good as it could be at picking up facial expressions, but my hands are too busy to like manually use the little built-in controls and fix it, so I just look like I have this flat expression all the time, and I just go with it. Like so many things in life. I think this is okay. This leg is really long, and I'm gonna fix it. Oh. Autosave, I complained about this in the last stream, and then last night while I was working on finishing the last page, it turns out that I did indeed need the autosave for like the first time in ever, because the program just crashed completely, and this has not really ever happened to me, but all of my stuff was saved, so I can never complain about it autosaving in the middle of drawing ever again. It's Giddy. He's getting angry. Draw these big feet. Cheetos have very big feet. Let's see. at like a little bit of an angle here, I guess. I don't know, I'm just making it up as I go. That's how this whole thing goes. There. He has a body. Now, to go in and do more details. Actually, he probably should have a tail, huh? Oops. It is one of the... If I could pick the right color. It is one of the defining characteristics of Ichio, so it would be wrong not to include it. It is very long in this sketch for some reason. So I'm going to cheat and shorten that up. It's not cheating. It's fine. All drawing is cheating when you think about it hard enough. There, now he has a tail. Okay, more details. Face. Not pleased. I gotta fix this because that is wrong. Again. But it's fine now. Through the magic of erasing. Ugh. Angry. So angry. But I guess it's more interesting than perpetually worried, which is Gidi's other default mode. So we're just gonna put some little creases in. There, that's basically right. I'm just gonna draw his rock that he was sitting on. Just kinda angular and whatever. And it's fine. Nothing special. Yeah, it's a rock. There, panel 1. Done. I don't ink every single thing. Like, I've gotten into this mode where a lot of times I'll just paint backgrounds in or paint stuff that's kind of in the distance or less important just because it's, I don't know, it ends up with more of like a fuzzy look, which can kind of like help imply distance or something, so that's a thing that I do. Alright, panel 2. Okay, bigger pen. This is a thing that I do a lot, and you've probably noticed it in like time-lapse videos, if you ever look at any of those that I've put up, where like I end up like scribbling like this a bunch and it does nothing. That's just me being like, is this the pen I want or not? And then like if I'm using Procreate or something, then I'm like, no, 52 times before I pick the same pen I always use. Because that's how I roll. sometimes you just gotta use the same reliable pen. But I am not using Procreate currently. This is Clip Studio, if you are unfamiliar. It's extremely good for comics, especially kind of illustration in general. Just the tools are way more suited for the process than like Photoshop. Like, Photoshop is alright. I used it for a long time, but I've also used it in like other capacities at like work, doing like graphic design work. And really, it is in the name. It's Photoshop. It's really meant for photos in the end. But you've got Clip Studio where everything is designed around drawing. And it really, really does make a big difference. Like the brush engine in particular, like, I have yet to find anything that works the way this does. Like, Procreate is a close second. It's different, like, I don't know, they feel different to use when you're working with them, and it's hard to explain without actually like handing you a copy and being like, try drawing with this and this. I don't know, like Clip Studio feels more natural to me. That line sucks. But you can like do all kinds of tricks to customize your brushes in different ways and behaviors and things that I don't think are always possible in like Photoshop, so that's a point in the Clip Studio column. The other thing is, I have not tried this yet, but apparently with one of the newer updates you can actually import Photoshop brushes. So if you have like stuff that you use in Photoshop that you can't live without, you can bring that over, which I might try. Like, I have a bunch of brushes from like years ago, like years and years, when I was doing Follower like almost completely in Photoshop, and I don't really have any particular use for them now, but it might be interesting just to see if there is any way to use them. Probably not, though. The brushes I use now are almost entirely from the Frienden set. If you look him up on Twitter, it's just Frenden. They are literally like a super, super good deal. They're really cheap, and you get like hundreds of brushes, and they're just like, they work phenomenally well. I'm using one right now. It's my favorite brush for doing ink and outlines, and its name is Lando Calibration, and that is part of it. Like, I just appreciate the punny names that so many of these have. It's just fun, in addition to being incredibly good. If you like paint brushes or you know, sketchy pencils or anything of that sort, there are a lot of good options for those in there too. So like, if that's your thing, that's another reason to check it out. And I'm not sponsored, or, you know, whatever the thing is that people say, but like, they're just legitimately really good. and I use them for everything. Although I do have a few that I've picked up off of the Clip Studio Market or whatever. I don't know what it's called. There's like a download thing where you can search for like materials and downloads and brushes and models and all kinds of stuff that you can use in Clip Studio. And it's handy sometimes. Okay. This is a crowd of Chios. They're in the distance. So you know what? I'm just gonna super simplify them. Because I don't feel like they need to be crazy detailed at this kind of thing. I don't know. I had a thought there and it vanished mid-sentence. Sorry. Let's see. Gonna kind of mess this up a little bit. Because I sketched this out initially before I had like real specific ideas about who these, you know, additional Chios actually are. So there's a bit of like a height difference thing going on, and I just want to make sure I remember to do that correctly. Also, I think I may have drawn one too many in this sketch. This chapter went through like a ton of revisions before we settled on... Yeah, no, I definitely have one too many, and I don't know what I was thinking here. Goodbye, mystery friend. There. I don't know. But yeah, they're gonna be kind of simple and cartoony. Oops. That is not a pen. This is a pen. Why is it not? Oh. I use this little gamepad controller thing for my shortcuts, and sometimes it goes to sleep. And then I get confused. But here it is. And this guy is stone, and he is like bigger and more angular than everyone else in this little group. So, gotta kind of keep that in mind. And this is Apple, and she's just kind of ordinary and small. Yeah. So we have, from left to right, Fibib, Charlie, Stone, Apple, and then Giddy. And I think that's everyone. I hope I didn't screw this up. I should check my script, but it's fine. It's always fine. Stone and Apple. And I think I'm gonna make Stone just a touch taller. There are probably infinitely better ways of doing this, but I am lazy. Sometimes. Charlie, Stone, kind of a big dude. Apple, kind of ordinary. Yes. Okay. I feel like inking just takes me the longest these days, and I don't know what the deal is, but it is not quick. It's probably the slowest part of this whole process for me. Like, you would think coloring might be, but it is not. It is this part. So I feel like I'm constantly like pausing and second guessing what I've done, and half the time I'm just like scrapping my original plan and making something else happen. It's probably not the best way of doing things, but embrace chaos. Just go with it. That's my professional opinion. Yeah. Okay. That looks about right. She probably wants some feet though. So I'm just gonna drop those in. Looks fine. How about Charlie? Charlie over here. He's not that different in height from Fibib. Everyone here is just looking glum because they just got yelled at by Geety. So they're all kind of slumped. That's just the way it is. Give him more knee though, because he's a little bit different pose-wise. Just slightly. Once again, my controller fell asleep. I have a feeling I have to charge this thing. It is annoying, but not the end of the world, because it lasts a long time, so I can't really complain about that. Okay, so there's Charlie. Stone! He's big. I'm gonna screw this up somehow, probably. Already, his legs are too short. I might have to move him up a little bit. Okay. Just cause... Nah. It's fine. Is it fine? I don't know. That looks better, actually. Yeah. It's fine now. Yes. Ah. Okay. Back to it. Stone. Stone and his very big feet. I've still goofed it. He's still on the wrong plane, kind of. Let's move him a little bit. better. Probably. He's too tall. He is just too tall for all of this. And whose fault is that? Let's blame Tolio. Right, right. Last of all is Apple. Okay. Okay, let's make... These feet make sense? Maybe? I don't know. I have no guarantees. Oops. Once again, picking the wrong tool. Someday, I will remap them in a way that makes sense. But today is not that day. It never is. Yeah, those look about right. Yes. Okay. Oops. Stone. Technically those probably should be bigger toes, but you know what? It's like I was saying. We need to simplify this. Because otherwise I would spend the rest of my entire life doing all of these like crowd panels. I already feel like this chapter is going to be the death of me. Because there's like 5 Chios on every page in multiple panels. And it takes forever to draw them all. Which is part of why my pace has kind of slowed down. I do not like it. But I am working on getting back to where I was, buffer-wise. Apple, you don't have sleeves. Where are your shirt sleeves? There. Good enough. Okay. Arms and such. Just gonna do them real quick because we're all just kind of standing around here. And it's not a super big detail. Is it cheating? Probably. It's the constant question for myself when I'm doing this is, am I cheating? Am I just getting away with something? And that's probably like imposter syndrome, but I saw a really good take on that on the internet, and I cannot remember who posted it, but it was, when you feel like that, you should just convince yourself that instead of imposter syndrome, you just have brilliant con man syndrome, and you're just getting away with everything. So sometimes I try to think of it that way. Brilliant comics con man. That's me. Okay, everyone has arms now. Hair and ears are important details for Chios. I like Fibib's hair because it kind of reminds me of my hair. Why am I looking that way? I don't know. Camera calibration is off somehow. I should probably tweak it, but in a moment. I mean, all these weird angles I'm turning my head at are basically what I'm doing in real life anyway. And I recognize that it's bad for me, and I do it anyway. I can't stop myself. That's fine. Charlie has kinda normal ears. He's got like just kinda meh fluff hair. And it's fine. It will do. Stone is feeling bad because he's like a giant puppy. So his ears are a little more sideways. And his hair is like sorta mohawky. It's just like a line of little spikes. And that's how I tell them apart. Just clean this out. That'll do. He probably needs a nose though, which is very angular. Apple. She kind of has giddy hair where it's like real short. Barely anything. She's kind of bald. It's okay though. She doesn't mind. It's kind of practical in a way. Okay, so everyone has ears, hair, snoots, more or less. Facial expressions. We're going the cheating and easy route. Because that's what we're doing this time. Plus I like every opportunity I have where I can draw them like this, because I think it's cute. But it doesn't really fit in the comic any other way. Except these weird little distance things sometimes. Did I? I did not. I keep forgetting to draw the little tags in their ears. But it's okay. Everyone is worried about Giddy getting angry. Oh, that's That's a big one. That's too big. There. Save that before something happens. Oh, goodness. Stretch, 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 stretch. Oh, not that you can tell on camera, but that is what I'm doing. Okay. Tails. We all need tails. I mean, not all of us, but all of these Chios require tails. So here we go. Just gonna do it quick. Okay. 1, 2. No. That's off. Sometimes I can freehand this and just do it right the first time, and sometimes I cannot. Today is the day that I cannot. But it's okay, because it's not a big in-your-face detail, so it will be okay. Except for all of you watching this, because you're all gonna know, as you know all of my secrets so far. The downside to streaming. There is no downside, this is fun actually. I enjoy this. I did not forget Stone's tail, I just want it to be behind everything else, because he's kind of behind everyone else. Yeah, it's okay. It's not super, but it will do. I have one panel left, but I have been at this for nearly an hour, and I need to take breaks at roughly that interval because my wrists are awful. So I am gonna call this here for now. Yeah, like, if you enjoyed watching this, follow me on Twitch. I am planning to try and do a lot more of these because I'm actually really enjoying this. Follow me on Twitter for updates about streaming and comics and any other thing that happens where, like, yeah, I'm radio_Chio, CHIO. Same on Instagram, same basically almost everywhere, a lot of places. So that is that. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you at the next one.